All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. My name is Melissa. I am a founding member of the Better Ideas team. We're so excited to have everybody on here today. As everybody's jumping in, just let us know where you're calling in from. It's always so exciting to see people from all around the U.S. and the world. Oh, hey, Texas. Nice. Texas is in the house. Great, great. Who else is out there? All right. San Diego, great, awesome. And then just as everybody's jumping on, like I said, go ahead and type in where you're from. It's fun to see where everybody's coming from. Also, throughout the presentation, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat box, and we will do our very best to help get those questions answered throughout the presentation. Again, folks, as you're joining us today, go ahead and let us know where you are joining us from. Oh, wonderful. We've got Florida, Washington. Oh, good. Close to Washington. Love Washington. LA. Fun. Oh, it's just great to see everybody jumping in on this. Awesome. Love it. Arizona. Well, you've got some sunshine in Arizona. Perfect spot for solar. All right. Upper Lake County. Oh, yeah. Northern California in the house. That's great. Another one from Maryland. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And for those of you that didn't get a chance to hear, my name is Melissa, and I am a founding member with the Better Ideas team. And if you're going to have any questions with the presentation, go ahead and just put those in the chat box, and we will do our very best to get all of that answered. Let's check in. Where's everybody else coming from? Oh, Houston. Hello, Houston. Great to have you on here. Colorado. Fun. Love the mountains of Colorado. Like to do some skiing there. Okay, well, I do want to go ahead and honor everybody's time here. So I think we're going to just go ahead and we're going to get this presentation on the way. So today you are going to get to hear just about a phenomenal opportunity in the solar business. And you're going to get to hear why our team, the Better Ideas team, why we chose Powur. And you're going to get to hear why choosing our team within Powur will help you become the successful solar entrepreneur that you want to be. Our founding leader, Andy Smith, has just had years in traditional business and direct sales business, and he has taken our team and grown it to be the majority of Powur. We have thousands of people on our team. We have platforms to help them succeed, and Andy has done all of this. So without any further ado, I would like to turn the webinar over to Andy. Andy Smith, the webinar is yours.
Thank you so much, Melissa Dawson. Thank you for that brilliant introduction, and thank you for being the leader that you are. I really appreciate you. Welcome, everyone. As Melissa said, it's great to see so many people from all over the country joining us on this presentation. So let's get underway. Welcome to the Better Ideas team, Introduction to Powur Energy. So a first question that you probably have, or you should have, is who are we and why should you listen to us? So we are the Better Ideas team. The Better Ideas team is a group who are developing professionals and leaders in the solar and renewable energy industry. So that's what we do. We develop pros and leaders in solar and renewable. We, on our journey, could work with just about any company out there in the solar energy industry, but we've chosen to exclusively 100% partner with what we know is the most innovative and exciting company to be in the renewable energy arena. That company is called Powur. You're going to hear about why we chose to partner with Powur, what was so compelling for us in a moment as we go through this presentation. But I think, when you hear about Powur and you hear what we can bring to the table to help you capitalize on this incredible, innovative company, really that's why you're here. So if you have questions as we go through, please do put them in the chat box. If we don't get to them, we will get to them after the presentation. Okay, so the Better Ideas team, as Melissa mentioned, we have a platform that will help you in your business. So we're going to look at that more later on in this presentation, but we develop professionals and leaders in the solar and renewable energy industry, giving people just like yourself, if you choose to join us, all of the resources that you could possibly need to become a professional or develop your professional skills in solar and renewable energy and become a leader in that. So we're going to come back and circle back and show you some of those resources later on. First of all then, why did the Better Ideas team partner with Powur Energy? Well, it's just an incredibly innovative company, as you will see. What we're going to cover in this presentation is who Powur are, the model that Powur uses, Powur solutions, how to join Powur, and we shall get started with who Powur are. The company was founded in 2014 by the CEO, Jonathan Budd. Jonathan was a pioneer in digital marketing. He built multi-million-dollar businesses in his early 20s and became renowned as a legend in internet marketing, has a huge global audience of people who got involved to learn from Jonathan on how to be internet marketers. Jonathan became very unfulfilled. He cracked the American dream as it was to create multi-million dollars in his 20s, but became very unfulfilled and looked for a bigger purpose in his life. And in 2010, Jonathan had attended the Awaken the Dreamer, Change the Dream Symposium with an organization called Pachamama. And it left him with a profound commitment to shift the direction of humanity towards a sustainable, just, and fulfilling human presence on planet Earth. And Jonathan saw that sustainable energy was critical to the future of mankind, and building a business model to allow others to achieve financial freedom or financial independence while impacting the world was an idea that many people would get behind. And of course, when the Better Ideas team were introduced to this, and we realized that we also could create abundance for ourselves, for our families, whilst making an impact on planet Earth, it was an irresistible offer to us. The genie was at the bottle, and we knew right from the very get-go that we were partnering exclusively with Powur and its mission. Powur has an incredible team, an executive team. Jonathan is the CEO. We have Bobby Smith, the VP of Sales, who's led the growth of Powur since the very beginning. Paul Walker, the Chief Technology Officer, just an incredible person developing platforms, as you'll see. Rick Howe, he brings his experience to basically to work with the user interface of the Powur platform. Very tech focused because the technology is really what is, as you'll see, makes Powur something incredibly innovative and special. Beth is just one of the most amazing people in the company who's responsible for operations, customer service, and administration. Matt Gordon, Director of Solar Operations. Jay Dakoff, Director of Solar Design, and Ken Origema, Head of Accounting. So we have a fabulous team from the solar industry, from the energy industry, and from some of the best known tech in the world, from companies like MySpace. So here's the timeline of Powur. The company was founded by Jonathan Budd. Progressed in 2015. This is when the Better Ideas team joined Powur. We had a partnership with SolarCity and Tesla. This was no small feat, obviously, to get our company vetted by the Musk family, and at that point, the largest solar company in the world, to become an exclusive partner of theirs to generate appointments for SolarCity, which is what we did. We did very successfully, generating about $18 million in business for SolarCity. In January of 2017, we parted ways with SolarCity. They were bought by Tesla, and they had pretty severe financial issues at that time. So it was clear that saddling up to the one company wasn't the model that we should be doing. So we became the first nationwide platform for independent lead generators, and we partnered with over 100 solar companies. So again, we were vetted by about 100 companies. We also vetted them to be engaged on our platform, and we were able to submit homeowners for solar across the country, which was exciting times. We had to have a footprint in over 40 states. So that model was working well, and we were team focused. We building a team as well as creating the appointments. And in 2017, Powur became the fastest company in history. Powur needed to raise capital to take us to the next level of our direction. And we worked with WeFunder, and we became the fastest company in history to raise 1.4 million. It was days. That record has since been broken, but we were the fastest at the time. Grew to over 5,000 members, most of whom are part of the Better Ideas team. And in 2018, we became a solar sales company. So what was the difference? Up until 2018, we were generating appointments for partner solar companies across the country. So those solar companies were generating the lion's share of the income. We were paid a referral fee for generating those appointments. We were basically selling appointments to our partner companies. In 2018, we began to sell contracts to our partner companies. This was a huge evolution in the company at the beginning of 2018. What this meant was that people who are solar pros or who want to make money from simply selling solar rather than from building a team, this is when we began to those people, to solar pros. We started to get paid an average of $2,500 for installation. And that again launched the solar careers of many people, myself included. I did not know how to sell solar. I knew how to build teams, but I did not know how to sell solar until this sales model launched. And I went through the Powur training, and in 6 or 7 weeks, I was out selling solar contracts for about $2,500. And the good news was it maybe took 2 hours of work to do that. So fantastically lucrative active income. But we weren't done. So that worked well. And until 2019 of what we've launched now, which is the industry first cost of goods is involved in the procurement of products, as we'll learn later on in this presentation, where we're basing, our cost of goods model is completely transparent, where we set the margins. And now, instead of my average of a solar transaction being $2,500, it's around about $7,000 to do really the same thing. And we learn the skill sets to do that. So the good news is that's what's doable. You're going to learn the skill sets. If you've never sold solar, that's not an issue at all. You'll be taken through our mentoring program and have your hands held for as much as you need to go through that process to learn how to do this for yourself. So that's the evolution of Powur. We are now standalone in the industry with our cost of goods compensation plan, with our tech platform, and just with the way that Powur does business is completely innovative and unique. So Powur has, as we mentioned, really, really strong core values. Powur is a B corporation, which means a benefits corporation. And the corporate charter, yes, we make profits for shareholders, but we're equally legally obliged to environmental sustainability and social justice. So this is a very strong, ethical, core value-driven company. And again, that's why we, as a group, the Better Ideas team, decided that this was the perfect home for us, because the core values of Powur certainly matched our core values. The solar sales process. What Powur understands, what Powur Energy understands, is that the individual seller is the most valuable person in the entire process. Without the person actually selling a solar system to a homeowner, none of this works. And so the individual seller is the most valuable person in solar, deserving of the greatest of benefit. So let's look at how Powur is changing the face of solar sales. Typically in solar, as a solar salesperson, a seller can go and work for a dealer or work for a company or an EPC. Much smaller commissions. So you're working on a 1099 or a W-2 for a company who are paying smaller commissions. Those companies typically don't have any transparency in what the solar systems have cost or what the margins are, and working on smaller commissions with little to minimal support. It's kind of go out and get this done. There's no incentive to train people and teach people and mentor people. There's no passive income in this model. It's active. You're broke until you sell another solar system. So there's no possibility of building passive income typically. And certainly no, as a rule, no equity or ownership in those companies. So there's no belonging with those companies and no pride of ownership. With no scalable technology, very, very old school ways of selling, from, teaching people to go working booths in the likes of Lowe's or Costco or Best Buy, renting space in booths and chasing people around stores with brochures, or all of the kind of old school ways of building customer bases with no scalable technology. So they're very parochial, very small scale, typically, the solar companies that are out there that people are working for. So with Powur, you sell for yourself. We have no bosses looking over you and telling you what you can and cannot do. You live life totally by your design. We have the most lucrative seller commissions, bar none, in the industry. We have daily training and support. As I mentioned, we have an incredible mentoring program. If you wish to, you can also attract other people who want to sell solar to be part of Powur too, and then you'll earn passive income as they sell solar themselves. We have equity opportunities in Powur Energy, and we have a scalable technology. That scalable technology allows, for example, myself, I'm based in Southern California, but I close solar in North Carolina, in Colorado, in Florida, in Texas, in Arizona, in all over the country, Northern, South California, using scalable technology. This is an incredibly efficient way of bringing solar to consumers. So let's look at the overall model of Powur Energy. The old school way of getting around when you needed a ride was a taxi. Now that's shifted to Uber. What Uber allows for, and Lyft and the other companies, what they allow for is a much more efficient way to connect someone looking for a ride with somebody, an entrepreneur, in this case with Uber, that's looking to give a ride. So you're able to summon from an app on your phone. There's no payment transactions. These are nice, maintained vehicles. It's a much greater experience. And obviously, Uber, using that disruptive model, completely disrupted the taxi industry and is now worth tens of billions of dollars. In real estate, we have traditional realtors or real estate companies. They employ, or they have realtors who work for a broker. So with Century 21 and Prudential, you go out, you work within their bounds, and you sell properties and make commissions in a traditional real estate manner. That's being completely disrupted by EXP. EXP Realty, Keller Williams is another disruptive company, but EXP enables agents to also attract other agents to EXP and help them go out and sell homes. And when they do, they earn passive income from the efforts of other realtors. It's why EXP is absolutely exploding in the real estate world, one of the fastest growing real estate companies, bar none. EXP also entirely works from a virtual office. So there's no costly infrastructure involved in EXP Realty. There's no big buildings with, the signage on the front and all of the costs that come with that. So they're able to pay the agents who end up working with EXP far more than you can earn in traditional real estate, because you're not subject to all the fees to run buildings and cleaners and all the other stuff, all the other overhead that would go with a typical real estate company. Extremely disruptive. Traditional retail, Vons and Ralphs, when you go into the grocery store, where you have a very old school way of purchasing, as a retail model, going out and purchasing retail, or you can go to Costco. Costco works on minuscule margins. It makes very, very little on the actual products that it sells in its stores, but it has a membership, which is how it makes billions of dollars. Costco is worth billions in large part because of its memberships, which enables it to sell products at much less cost to consumers and still be extremely profitable because it's able to work on low margins. So then you have traditional solar companies that are being completely disrupted by Powur Energy. Powur Energy is the combination of these three disruptions. We have a platform technology able to connect homeowners looking for solar with us and provide them with solar without the costs that are involved. In solar, typically a traditional solar company, it costs about $3,200 in customer acquisition cost to get a customer. In the car industry, for example, it's only $200 for a dealer to sell a car on average by offering a cruise promotion or whatever it is to get a person to a lot to buy a car. In the solar industry, $3,200, largely because the solar companies have the big buildings, have all the infrastructure, they're renting space in the big hardware stores for thousands of dollars a month, having people man the booth, people training them, managers managing them, multiple corporate layers of fat cost that Powur simply doesn't have. So we eliminate the cost of customer acquisition in that model. We also enable professionals to bring teammates and grow teams of solar professionals, just like EXP Realty, and pay revenue share on those. So we pay higher commissions than anyone else, and we enable passive income through revenue share. And then the Costco model, as you'll see, Powur has really small margins that it works on, which enables the customer to pay less, to pay us more. And it's a an amazing combination of these three innovations and disruptions that Powur represents. So let's look at the compensation plan in Powur. It's an industry first in being completely transparent on cost of goods sold. So other EPCs and solar companies and dealers hide the true cost of installing a project, and they make a large margin on your spread when you sell solar. Powur gives you, in front of you, the actual cost of good as your base price, and then lets you keep the lion's share of net revenue. You also can adjust the net revenue that you need to. If you're in a competitive market, you can adjust the margin. You have control of this process, which is incredible. So you can control the margin above cost of goods, and then you receive, as a seller of the system, 70% of that margin. And as the Powur community continues to drive volume, Powur's cost of goods falls lower because we're procuring equipment. So the more that we grow, which we're growing at an incredible rate of knots, the more that we grow, the more solar that we sell, our cost of goods will fall even lower. So we'll be able to deliver even more value to our members and to our customers. So here's an example, and Powur is in this model, in this part of our model, we're in over 20 states. So I'm not picking any geo target. This happens to be an example from Texas, but we do the same thing in California, in Florida, in Arizona, Nevada, in all 20 odd states in the union. We're using this procurement model, this transparent cost of good model, but this example comes from Texas. So in Texas, in this example, the total COGS, or cost of goods sold, is $1.85 a watt, right? So $1.85 a watt, that's for everything as a standard. So that's the solar panels, the racking as standard equipment, the installation, the permits, the delivery, all of that stuff is included in $1.85 a watt. So in this case, a 10 kilowatt system would have costs of $18,500. We're able to sell this system, which is a pretty normal price, at $3.50 per watt. So to generate $35,000. This system had some adders. So we have right in front of us what the adders cost. So an example of an adder might be it required an uprated inverter, or it may needed a main panel upgrade, or it may have needed some roof work, different adders to the base cost of goods. So we have the base price, the $1.85, and we've added 70 cents a watt. So we're at $2.55 a watt all in on the cost of goods sold. And we sold it for $3.50. So that means our net revenue is 95 cents per watt, which in the case of a 10 kilowatt system, which is pretty normal in Texas, that's $9,500. If you sold that system, you get 70% of that commission. So that's 0.665 per watt, or $6,650. And Powur's commission is 30%. So Powur makes $28.50. So as you can see, incredibly lucrative. And a typical sale from start to finish can honestly be very, very quick. We're talking hours rather than days, a few hours to sell something that's worth $6,650 to you. And keep in mind, for those of you unfamiliar with solar, this is an incredible value proposition for the customer, because the customer, for the most part, pays nothing out of pocket to go solar. And if they're financing it, they typically save money by buying their own solar system and eliminating their utility bill. They're actually net paying less typically than they were without going solar. They also raise the value of their home. Zillow just did a study that shows a 4.1% average increase in home value for homes that go solar. So it's an incredible value proposition for the customer. And here we are showing them that and making $66.50 on this particular system in Texas. Pretty cool. So again, these are example commissions from existing business that has been done. Again, this one happens to be from Texas. We're not specifically picking a state, but this consultant made $8,587 consultant commission on a system that would have cost the customer $0 out of pocket and have them save money on their utility bill. If you're interested, so like the EXP part of this process, if you're interested in attracting others to become involved and sell solar too, for everybody that is direct to you. So if you introduce this to Powur to 4 people in this example, you earn 20% of Powur's revenue on each sale from a consultant that you refer. So this is really important. The 70% split goes to the seller. Powur made 30% Of that 30%, Powur actually pays out half altogether. So 20% comes from that 30% from Powur, not from the seller. So imagine you have, the average could be $550 per head. If you had 10 people that you've attracted to Powur who are consultants and they sold one deal, one solar system per month, you're making $5,500 as an average example per month without your involvement in it, true passive income. So consultants can earn passive income from the projects of every productive sales professional. We get paid if you have productive sales professionals, i.e. people that are selling. And the revenue, again, is paid from Powur's portion and does not impact the seller's commission. And this actually is like in terms of EXP, we also are the first solar company to offer passive income on the sales, on the revenue that sales professionals that are sponsored into your overall group. And this revenue share is also paid from the 30% of net revenue that Powur retains. And this revenue sharing provides you the ability, if you wish, to earn passive income on up to 6 levels of consultants. There's no limit to the amount, there's no caps on how much you can earn from each consultant in your team, up to 6 levels. So what does that look like? So on level 1, the 20% average is about $550. On level 2, it's a 10%. So the average would be $275. And if you look at the numbers on the right, in order to qualify for the deeper levels, you need to have more people that you've personally brought to the company. So to qualify for this first level, obviously you only need 1 person. To qualify for 2 levels, you need to have been responsible for 5 people joining your team in Powur. To get the 3rd level, 10 plus, 4th level, 20 plus, and the 5th level also is 30 plus. And then to open the maximum depth of this compensation structure, you need 40 people that you've introduced to Powur. So think about that. If you have people on level 6 that are going out, you're making an average of $162.50 every time they sell a solar system. So this is all based on them selling solar. This is all based on revenue from sales. So 2 of the goals of our shift in 2019 was to attract people who want to be solar professionals by paying them more than any other solar company. And then the crucial part is to keep people, because there's always shiny objects in every business. So we want to keep people and have them vested in what we do. So Powur is giving away stock options in Powur Energy. So your first the first installation that you're responsible for, you earn 100 stock options. If you bring in somebody as a sponsored consultant and they sell a project, you make 50 options. And then you have yearly performance goals. If you have 25 installations in a year, that's 1,000 stock options, and 50 installations would be 5,000 options. And these are discounted. This is a discounted options program. Powur's goal is to go public through an IPO, because we have lofty goals of transforming how the world produces, manages, and stores energy. So in order to do that, we have to grow this company to be a public entity. So imagine what your stock options are worth as they go 5-fold, 10-fold, as we've seen with other launches with things like Uber, many fold increase. And these are options available to you for doing what you should be doing to get paid as well. So it's pretty cool. Powur Solutions. Powur has an amazing set of tools. So we have training, there's live daily group coaching. One of the most exciting programs in the entire company is a mentoring program. So our mentoring program is also unique. If you have no experience in selling solar, that's also cool, because we will teach you how to do that hands-on. So how that works is, if you're brand new to Powur, you can pick a mentor. A mentor are people with a real track record of being very good at selling solar in the company. And you can pick a mentor to work with. It may be from somebody that is already on your team. So working with them, it's a 50-50 split on commissions. And that's the best way. It's such an amazing way. So you can earn while someone is taking the time, energy, and effort to teach you soup to nuts on how to do this hands-on, hand-holding through the mentoring process until such time as you feel comfortable to be on your own. But we also have lead generation training and the success system and onboarding and all the rest of it. We have amazing events. There's no hype, there's no BS at a Powur event. It's just a very, very amazing, deep, transformational, skill building events across the country. We have large national conventions where we get together and people enjoy each other's company, and even British people get up and dance occasionally, so rumor has it. We have an incredible scalable technology. This technology is what allows you to do business in any part of the country where we are. So with this particular system, we're in 20 states, and with our older model, we're in an additional 20 states. So we have a footprint in over 40 states across the US. So we have a scalable technology. We have real-time dynamic proposals. What that means is you put together a proposal for a customer, you can change things, you can remove panels, you can add an inverter, you can see that it may need a panel upgrade or something. You can do all of this in real time. When the customer is happy, you can look at the different finance options right there in real time. Then they can apply right there for the credit. They get the credit done, they push the button, they sign the contract, all there in front of you from these dynamic proposals. These can take literally from a conversation with the homeowner to a contracted and financed solar system within 30 minutes is happening right now. So we have, like I said, the real-time contract packages with the installation and financing. Our platform the project manages the entire thing in one place, so you can follow every step along the way. Also, we have a platform that manages all the accounting, your commissions, your team, if you're building one, and all the operations. Personal commissions, in other words, activity that you're personally responsible for, pays daily, and team commissions pay weekly. So this in blue is our model with the real-time dynamic proposals, where you can earn this level of income. So obviously it's a very large footprint. To put this in perspective, Solar City, we're a very well-known company. When we were partnered with them, they were in 3 fewer states than we are now, and they had $5.5 billion in 10 years to do what they did. And this is what we're accomplishing already. It's pretty exciting stuff. So more commission, more freedom. So let's have a review of this. 70-30 split on the net revenue with seller. Equity ownership in Powur Energy, 6-level revenue sharing. And the costs to join Powur. So there's a $99 fee. That is to cover the cost of onboarding and the training that goes with the onboarding. And then just like Costco, we're a membership. So Powur, if you think about it, is running on a 15% margin above cost of goods sold. Obviously, that's an incredibly low margin. So yes, we need high volume to do that, which is why we're looking for you to come on board and be very, very successful at selling solar systems. But we also have a membership to do that too. So there's a $49 monthly technology cost. That's to give you the license to the platform that manages all your projects, all of the commissions, everything. All of the administration is $49 a month. When you have a real-time proposal, there's a cost for that of $25. For those of you that are skilled at selling solar, you may be working with different systems that can create proposals and contracts for people. So if you didn't want the contract package with us, you can submit a contract submission from your system, and there's a $25 fee to have that reviewed and audited to make sure we're all in line. And obviously, again, your success drives the success of the company, so everybody is invested in helping you be successful. So please come and join us. Join Powur, become a shareholder. You can get back with the person that invited you here to do that. I'm going to change gears a little bit now and tell you about what our team does and how our team can help you. As we discussed, we develop professionals and leaders in the solar and renewable energy industry. Using our platform can really help you absolutely capitalize on developing your skills, developing your team, marketing, lead generation, everything that you need. It's a true business in a box within the Better Ideas team. And again, we fully integrate and exclusively work with Powur. So we have lead generation, prospect nurturing. So we nurture cold either customers and or potential teammates all the way through to being actual customers and or teammates. We have on-demand video presentations, training, and support. In our team center, there's everything that you could possibly need, from scripts to basic training to get systems set up, to how to market your business. We teach you how to market, and we also offer done-for-you marketing. So in the basics, for example, and with the scripts and beyond the basics, you'll be set up with everything that you need within a short couple of hours to really start to capitalize on it. Marketing Musts will teach you all kinds of resources in there, from literally no cost marketing methods through done for you marketing for as little as $10 a month in there. And then archives, we have all kinds of training calls and archives in that section. So in the training materials itself, this is in the basics. You can learn how your Power Platform works. You just come in here and just follow the bouncing ball on these videos, and it will teach you exactly what to do. Marketing Musts, we have, for example, our toll-free number marketing, one of the most powerful bang for the buck marketing systems that you could possibly imagine. For $10 a month, for a toll-free number with pre-recorded recordings that people call the number, they listen to a recording, they leave you a voicemail asking to be called. It's extraordinary. For the quality of people that this produces, if you were buying leads for homeowners or for teammates, they would cost you $20, $30 each lead. That's the kind of quality that we deliver, or this system delivers, for as little as $10 a month. We have all kinds of other stuff in here: prospecting cards and flyers, email signatures, interactive cards. We have capture pages and funnels. Our system is fully GDPR compliant. That is the gold standard for data protection. We are at least a year ahead of the curve in the US. This is European standard, whereby we will never have legitimate spam complaints because our system is completely compliant with GDPR. In terms of the lead nurturing, you have a contact management system that shows you your new prospects, overviews, and you can access your prospects in the team center. And then when you open up the customer relationships manager, you can start to drill down. You can figure out who's a warm prospect, a hot prospect, because it's tracking that for you. And then when you click on the details, you're able to call them directly from your system. You can send them emails on the fly. You can create emails on the fly. There's pre-built emails, autoresponder email sequences, as well as text message sequences, all built in, all automated. It takes you about 2 minutes to sign up to the platform, and then everything is live with your information on it for you. One of the cool thing is when you click on details of our details of a prospect, it will pull from the internet, if they've used their email, things like their Facebook page or their Twitter or LinkedIn, and give you information about the person that you're talking to. It's all built around artificial intelligence. Our lead nurturing is absolutely built on artificial intelligence, using things like chatbots, which will walk somebody through a conversation in the artificial intelligence world and direct them to the process, the next link in the chain that's right for them. So it's an incredible nurturing system and a prospect manager. We have our own purpose-built dialer we built ourselves. This is so that if you like to call lists of people, like homeowner leads and things like that, some people like to do that. We built our own prospector because we were sick of paying the exorbitant fees for dialers out in the real world. In the real world, a dialer like this costs about $150 a month. Ours costs $50. So, we're always trying to deliver value for our teammates and helping people become professional and successful. So why now? We're in a wave. The renewable energy, everybody knows. The conversation is everywhere. The conversation about solar energy, renewable energy, how we must shift away from fossil fuels. We are in the beginning. In California, which is probably the most advanced state in terms of the adoption of solar energy, we're still only at 8% adoption, and that's considered a more mature market. But we're just getting started even here. Across the country, we're about 2% adoption of solar. In other words, about 2% of the homes that can go solar have done so. So we are right at the wave of early adopters heading into early majority. $6 trillion will change hands as the world shifts to solar and renewable energy. If you want a piece, well, you're in the right place with all the resources that you could possibly need. I'd like to thank you for being part of this presentation today. If you have any questions, please, you can chat them in, put them in the chat box. Please reach out to the person that invited you here. If you were invited through the Better Ideas Team platform, the person that invited you here will know that you've attended. It's one of the things that we offer here, and they will hopefully reach out to them. But if you want to expedite that process, please just reach out. Again, my name is Andy Smith. Thank you for spending time with us, and I hope we added value to your time. Thank you very much.